Hi, good day everyone, and welcome back to Curious City. Today we're going to learn about tea culture, and in particular compare the culture between Japan, which is mostly a green tea culture, and England, which is mostly a black tea culture. I wonder if you know what the difference is between black tea and green tea. Did you guess? Actually, it's a trick question because essentially they're the same thing. They come from the same plant. The leaf of the plant is exactly the same, and the only difference is in the process after you pick the leaf. In that process, with green tea, you would very quickly pick it and go and steam it to lock in all the properties and to stop the oxygen from getting inside. At that point, you can do many things with the green tea, making sencha or matcha. Matcha is the green tea powder that you might know from Japan. And sencha is more of the green tea kind of dried leaves. Now for black tea, what happens is that when you pick it, you allow the oxygen to change the leaf and for it to go dark and it gets more and more black. Similar to how if you cut an apple and you leave an apple out, it starts getting blacker. And that's because of the oxygen, the oxidization of the leaf. So actually there's only one spectrum of tea, and it goes from the kind of white tea, green tea side to the kind of oolong and black tea side. We're here in Nirayama, the top of the Izu Peninsula in Shizuoka. And actually Shizuoka is the number one tea making prefecture in Japan, second to Kagoshima. And the reason being is the geological conditions make it very suitable to be growing green tea here. What we have is a climate that is not too hot in the summer, it's not too cold in the winter. It has nice hillsides and mountainous areas, but also because of the volcanic history, the soil is very fertile and it makes for a very nice growing season. So now that we've learned about why Shizuoka is the best, let's go and pick some green tea. So we're picking tea leaves right now.
What kind of tea are you picking now?
So actually at this stage, every type of tea, because all tea starts like this. So we are looking for the kind of younger leaf at the top, but then also a couple of other maturer leaves just underneath. So like a 3-leaf part of the stem or the branch here. This is like a shrubbery. And we just go through finding these ones. Have you ever tried this before? You seem to be pretty good at it.
This is my second time. The first time was when I was in elementary school. We didn't came here, but we went to the green tea farm close to my elementary school.
Is it normal for Japanese schools to visit green tea farms?
I don't think so, because I grown up here in Shizuoka Prefecture, and here tea is very popular. So I think that's why we went field work and tried the green tea picking. So, how did you like green tea picking?
Yeah, so it was really interesting. It was my first time ever doing picking of the tea leaf, and it was interesting like what we had to find. So the kind of small baby leaf and then the two bigger leaves, and then snap those off and then quickly go around. But actually once you get used to it, you can go a little bit faster. It's quite obvious which one should be picked. The other part of it was learning that this tea can be made into all of the different types of tea.
That was surprising.
Yeah. So I thought maybe there was a different plant for green tea and a different plant for black tea, but actually it's the same tea leaf and you just process it in a different way. So that was interesting.
I think people in England drink tea a lot like we do in Japan. How do you think about it?
Yeah, so like in Japan, most people drink green tea or some type of green tea for their tea. But in England, it's black tea, in particular like breakfast tea, like English breakfast tea. And we do actually drink a lot of tea, like surprisingly. I think the average is like 4 cups of tea every day per person. Or drinking person, maybe not the babies, but the adults and things. I think that number comes to like 170 million cups of tea every year. So it's kind of a crazy number. Also in England, tea is kind of in the culture of conversation starting. What I mean by that is, let's say somebody comes to your house, like a guest comes to your house.
So I'm the guest?
Yeah, you're the guest. So you'd come over to my house, I would open the door and we would say hello and things like that. And, you know, please come in. And then the next thing that you would say is, would you like a cup of tea? That's like the first thing that we would ask somebody when they come into our home is, would you like a cup of tea? The same thing goes to maybe you have an electrician or a plumber come to your house or something like this. You would also offer them a tea when they're doing their work as a courtesy to help them through their day. So I guess my question to you then is about the tea in Japan. Like, how does like the green tea in Japan have its culture?
Usually we drink tea when we have lunch and also dinner, and also not only green tea, wheat tea.
Also, one experience in Japan which I found interesting was when I went to a sushi restaurant. There's typically like free green tea in like a little box,
and you always green tea.
Yeah, you can scoop it into your cup, and then there's a little hot water tap normally, and then you just press it, and then you can just keep refilling whilst you're eating your sushi, or maybe other restaurants as well. It's like in America, you can get the coffee refills. It's like it's that type of culture. But it's a green tea, like matcha style. So yeah, after we did the green tea picking, there was a little souvenir shop, which was kind of cute. It had lots of different products of green teas. And one interesting one we found was this one. So let me put it closer to the camera. This is Shizuoka Green Tea Cola. So we're going to see how this tastes now. First time opening it. Have you ever tried this?
No.
No? Okay, so
Did it have matcha powder at the bottom?
I think so. Maybe we should turn it upside down.
But this is Coke.
Let's just do it gently. It looks like it has matcha powder inside.
Sure.
Go for it.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Actually tasty.
Good? All right, let's try.
It's not bitter at all.
Wow, that's very fizzy. But also, it tastes like Coke.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mostly
I thought
Coke.
it was going to taste more like green tea. But actually, it tastes like Coke. Actually, like cola.
Good one.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, thanks for joining us today, learning about the tea culture, particularly the green tea in Japan, and learning about the tea culture in England as well. If you have any comments or suggestions for other topics, please put them in the comments section. And until next time, stay curious. Got an eye for it now, darling. Used to it.
Yeah, you're professional now.
Yeah. Green tea picker Sam.